Hello friends, Namaskar. We shall start today's session with a video. There is a law which has been said in our country, the law called Vata Bija Nyaya. Vata you all know, banyan tree. But most of us have never seen the seed of the banyan tree. The banyan tree is very vast, very big. But if you look at the seed of this banyan tree, it is so small. But in this small seed, there is a gigantic, big banyan tree. Let us see this video. This is the seed, and the seed is sown. Of course, this is not a banyan tree seed. We have taken some seed. The seed is sown. It gets soil, water, air, sunlight, and from that particular seed emerges, comes out, plunges out the tree which takes a vast shape in course of time. Now, can anybody imagine that such a big banyan tree was present in that small seed? This particular law explains a very important thing in life for us. So as there is a tree or a banyan tree in that small seed, similarly in each and every one of us there is immense potential, enormous potential, vast potential, and nothing is injected from outside in us. It is all within. It is very much present in us. As in case of this plant, when the seed got good soil, water, air, sunlight, it sprouted, and gradually, slowly, the tree came out, and see the shape it has acquired now. Similarly, in each and every person, there is immense potential. Actually, God has sent us in this world with tremendous potential. Tremendous potential. It is something amazing. As in case of this banyan tree or that seed, when it got the conducive environment of the soil and the water and the air, sunlight, it came out. Similarly, when a person gets conducive environment, favorable environment, the potential which is there in the person, it starts manifesting. It starts taking a shape. And this particular law is called Vata Bija Nyaya. In this world, when we come in this world, we come with all the potential. Nothing is injected into us from outside. And the very meaning of education, the word education, educare, the very meaning of education is to educate, means to draw out, take out. Unfortunately, many people, they misunderstand education and they say that education is something, some information is collected by the teachers and elderly people and it is stuffed into the brains of the younger people. This process is not education. Education process is not from outside towards inside, but it is from inside towards outside. All potential, people have all potential. For example, let us say one more example. When we go to the temples or when we go to many tourist places, we see beautiful statues carved out of the stone. Actually, it is only the stone. The statue is not put into the stone. The idols or the statue was very much present in the stone. And a common man, he does not understand or he fails to see the statue which is hidden in the stone. But an artist, an architect, one who has a vision, he can see the statue which is hidden in that stone, and then he takes his hammer, he takes a chisel, he takes a hammer and he chisels out, he removes the unwanted part of that particular stone. The moment the unwanted part is separated, chiseled out, taken out, thrown out, the image, the statue, the idol could be seen. So statue was not put into the stone, the statue was very much present into the stone. The artist saw this statue and then he tried to free the statue from this stone. Similarly, all of us, we have been blessed by Almighty God by huge potential, tremendous potential, immense potential, enormous potential. So let's try to understand, if we have this potential, for which we don't have to go anywhere and beg for it, request for it, it is all within. And this is exactly what Swami Vivekananda said. He says, manifestation of the best already in man. He was of the firm belief, and all the saints of India, they were of the firm belief that there is divinity in every being. There is divinity in every being, not only human being. There is divinity in every being. Every person is divine. So, we are all divine. With so much potential, with so much energy, with so much capacity. I remember 2 lines of Hindi poetry, a poem by great Hindi poet Nirala. The poet says, पास हीरे हीरे की खान, पास हीरे हीरे की खान, खोजता कहां और नादान. He questions the man. He says, there is a mine of diamond in you. You are actually the mine of diamond. And why are you and where are you searching the diamonds? All the diamonds are within you. पास हीरे हीरे की खान, ढूंढता कहा, खोजता कहा और नादान. So the very first thing we should believe is believe in self. I have to believe in myself. Believe in self. I am a small part of that divinity. There is divinity in me. And I have to make the development. I have to make the development. And nobody will come for this development. I have to develop myself. In ancient times in Greece, there was a temple of Apollo at Delphi. And at the entrance gate of that Delphi, temple of Apollo at Delphi, there were two words engraved, very meaningful words, very philosophical words. And these two words have changed the course of lives of many people. Some people, they read the words, they contemplated, they thought over, and then these two words have changed the course of the life. These two words are know thyself. Simple, very two simple words. Know thyself means know yourself. And Socrates many times quoted these words, know thyself. Instead of running helter-skelter here and there, trying to know about, we are trying to know many things outside. The first thing that we have to try to understand is self. Who am I? And what do I have? What is the potential that I have? And why I have come into this world? What is the ultimate goal of my life? These are very important questions, introspective questions, contemplative questions which we have to ask ourselves. So this know thyself. Modern times, there are many workshops conducted, there are training programs conducted, and there are many tools. One such tool which is very commonly used in management is SWOT analysis. SWOT. Now what is the meaning of SWOT? S stands for strength, W stands for weakness, O stands for opportunity, and T stands for threat. So there can be SWOT analysis of an institution, SWOT analysis of a company, SWOT analysis of an organization, and there can also be SWOT analysis of self, my own SWOT analysis. Now this first word in this SWOT analysis is strength, S. So I have to look within and ask a question to myself, what are my plus points? What are my strengths? What is it that God has given me, something special? Professor Howard Gardner, he is of the opinion that every person is blessed with multiple intelligence. Actually, there are some people who say that there are not only 8 types of intelligence, 140 different types of intelligence. But Howard has done work on 8 intelligence. And he says every person has these 8 types of intelligence. Musical intelligence, mathematical intelligence, linguistic intelligence, visual intelligence, kinesthetic intelligence, intrapersonal intelligence, interpersonal intelligence. So these are 7-8 types of intelligence. And each person, everyone has these 7 or 8 types of intelligence. Of course, the thing is that in my case, linguistic intelligence may be very predominant, very high. Mathematical intelligence may not be to that extent, it may be low. Musical intelligence may be still low. In another person, musical intelligence may be high, linguistic intelligence may be low, and mathematical intelligence may be still low. But each person is blessed with different types of intelligence. So when we say, find out, try to understand what are your strengths, we have to observe ourselves, peep within, and try to understand what are my strong points, what are my strengths. Whether I am very good in language, or I am very good at art, or I am good in music, or I am good in mathematics. So for that we have to observe ourselves first. And then once you know these are my strengths, then secondly we have also to find out what are my weaknesses. I have the strong points, strengths as well as weaknesses. For example, I may be very good in language, but in some areas I may not be very much strong. I may not be very good at speaking, I may not be very good at writing, I may not be very good at performing, I may not be very good at some areas. So once I know what are my strengths and what are my weaknesses, there is a picture about me. These are my strong points, these are my weaknesses. Then comes O. O means O stands for opportunities. There are ample opportunities in our life. And opportunities, some people say opportunities are lost. I lost the opportunity. Actually, opportunities are not lost. They are taken by others. Opportunities are not lost. They are taken by others. Somebody has described opportunity. He says that opportunity has head on front side and opportunity does not have hair on front side, and opportunity is bald behind. Now what does it mean? It means that when opportunity is approaching, you have to identify the opportunity and catch that opportunity. You have to catch hold of the lock from the front where the opportunity is coming. But many times it happens that when the opportunity comes, it passes away, it goes away, and then when it goes away, then some people realize, oh, it was an opportunity, and then they run after the opportunity to grab the opportunity, to catch the opportunity. You cannot grab the opportunity from behind, because from behind opportunity is bald. So most importantly, you have to identify the opportunity when it is coming. Many times opportunities knock your door, but people are not ready to open the door. So opportunity goes back, returns back. In every time there were opportunities, different types of opportunities. Locating the opportunity, identifying opportunity is something important. If you fail to see the opportunity, then you are a loser. And the last is threat. There are also threats in life. There are also some dangers. So we must also see if what could be the prospective dangers in my life. What could be the prospective pitfalls on my road. So knowing the threats. And once you develop this habit, once you know what are your strong points, what are your weak points, what are the opportunities around you, and what are the threats, then you are in a position to take a very, very important decision of your life. Then you, to a certain extent, you know yourself. This is the way of knowing myself. Friends, we must all accept the fact that today is not an age of average person. The age of average is over now. The age of average is over. You can't afford to be average or below average. You have to perform above average. If you are not in a position to perform above average, you will be lost. You will be lost. See the population of young people in our country. It's such a big population, youth population. But when it comes to work, what do we see? What do we see? Actually, India is considered to be the country of young people. India is a country of young people. India has many old names. We are all familiar with the names of Bharat and Aryabharta, Hindustan. These are the old names of India. But the name of India, which is very familiar and peculiar today in the modern times, is India is also known as, it was known as Hindustan. Today it is known as Youngistan. And what's the meaning of Youngistan? Youngistan means the country of young people. You will be surprised and shocked to know that the population of young people in our country above 15 years and below 59 years in this bracket, above 15 years and below 59 years, the population of India in this bracket is about 16%. And America stands second, which doesn't come anywhere close to India. The population above 15% and below 15% in America is just 4%. And if you look at other countries, you'll find that the population of young people in other countries within this bracket, that is above 15 and below 59, in other countries it is 1% or 0.9% or 0.8%. Look at this wide gap. America is nowhere compared to India. Nowhere. It's not near to India. 16% India and 4% America. Now that's the reason why this country is called Youngistan. So this is our plus point. This is our strength. But there is also a weakness. And what's the weakness? We have such a big number of young people, but we do not have skilled hands in our country. A small country like South Korea, there they have 95% skilled hands. Japan, America, in other countries the skilled hands are more, and in our country the skilled hands are just 2 or 3%. So strength, a population of young people, number wise, that is our strength, but when it comes to the skill, it is our weakness. So the young people, there may be young people, but if they do not have the required set of skills and attitude, this population of young people does not become an asset, it becomes a liability. And unfortunately in our country today, our population, which is a liability, has to convert itself into asset. Has to convert itself in asset. And that is the reason why we have to develop ourselves. Nobody can develop me. Nobody can develop me. I have to develop myself. And in this path of development, in this journey of development, if I do not find a way, I shall make one. If I don't get a road, if I don't find a path, I will create my own path. We need people with such determination who will create their own path, who will carve out their own path. We cannot look here and there. We cannot look here and there. The effort should be from within and not from outside. You must have seen egg of any bird. Now in that egg there is life. It is in the form of embryo. These eggs are to be hatched by the hen, by the bird, mother bird. But if somebody, and it takes necessary time, required time. If somebody wants to hasten the process and he takes a stone and breaks that egg to take out that chicken or that bird, what will happen? Will you get live bird? No, the bird will die. When that small bird in that shell, in that egg, it kicks, it pricks, it breaks that shell and comes out. Try to understand the direction of the efforts. In the first case, the efforts were from outside. Somebody else tried to break the egg and take out the bird. End. But when from within that bird pricks, breaks, comes out, that is the beginning. When you are making attempt and effort from within, there is a beginning. When somebody else is doing something for you, that is not actually the help, he is doing harm, not help. This is a very important law This is very important experience that we have in our day-to-day life, and that is also applicable for us. At the most, I can take the help of others, but for that I should be proactive. Other people will not come and they will not shape and form my personality. I have to shape my own personality. I have to make myself. I remember Henry Ford. Once Henry Ford says, he asked a question, are you looking for a hand of help? This is his question. In general, he asks, are you looking for a hand of help? And then he gives the answer. He says, if you are looking for the hand of help, that hand of help is next to your elbow. Now, which is that hand next to my elbow? This is my elbow. And which is the hand which is next to my elbow? It is not the hand of somebody from outside. It is my own hand. Beautifully, Henry Ford drives his point home and tries to tell us, you are the architect of your own future. And this is what has been said in our country also. We say, Apna Hath Jagannath. We say, Apna Hath Jagannath. Early in the morning when we get up from the bed, we used to sing a prayer, small prayer. And what's that prayer? Karagre vasate Lakshmi, Karamadhe Saraswati, Karamule tu Govinda, Prabhate Karadarshanam. What a meaningful prayer. Karagre vasate Lakshmi. Here, at the tip of the fingers, there is a deity Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth. In the midst of my hand in palms, this is the abode of deity Saraswati, the deity of learning. And then, Mula Karamule tu Govinda. See this at the fingers. At the tip of the fingers, there is Lakshmi. Now, this is a philosophical meaning, and there is also a message. Now, what does it mean? Karagre vasati Lakshmi. Lakshmi is at the tip of my fingers. What does it mean? Whether you have to operate computer or run machine, or you have to plow in the farms, in the fields, so that you will get the money or Lakshmi, every task is done by these hands, by these fingers. And that's the reason why it is called Karagre Vasate Lakshmi. Karamadhe Saraswati. And that's the reason why we say Apna Hath Jagannath. Nobody is going to help me. I have to help myself. I am the architect of my own future. That is it. That's what Henry Ford says. Are you looking for a hand of help? The hand of help is next to your elbow. It is my hand which is going to help me. In Sanskrit there is a very beautiful one shlok. Esham na vidya na tapo na danam. Jnanam na shilam na guno na dharma. Esham na vidya na tapo na danam. Jnanam na shilam na guno na dharma. Te mrityu loke bhuvi bhara bhute. Manusya rupena mrugash charanti. Let's try to understand the meaning of this. The person who doesn't have vidya, education, tapa, dana, jnana, shila, guna, dharma, the person who doesn't have any of these things, he is merely a burden to this earth. Like there are stones, they are burdens. Similarly, the person who has no jnana, vidya, tap, dan, shil, dharma, gun. The person who doesn't have any of these things, he is merely a liability, a burden on this earth. And further, he says that such a person is actually not less than an animal. Mrugascharanti. Mrugascharanti. That is, he is like an animal. So let us ask a question to ourselves. Do I want to live a life of a human being, man, or an animal? And if at all I want to live a life of a man, human being, then I have to make best use of whatever things that I have. I have to make continuous efforts to sharpen my skills, be better continuously. I have to continuously strive to excel myself. Excel myself. We use in English, we use good, better, best. So what is this? How do I try to excel myself? Good, better, best. Do not rest till good becomes better and better becomes best. So this is a continuous process. Today you are good, try to become better. Tomorrow you are better. Day after tomorrow, try to become best. This is the process of excellence. Growing, becoming excellent. Now God has given us so many things. The other day I said, what we are is God's gift to us. What we become is our gift to God. What we are is God's gift to us. God has given me this life, this body. So that is a gift which is given to me by God. God has given me eyes, God has given me ears, God has given me beauty, body, God has given me strength, God has given me intellect, talent. This is all given to me by God. That is gift of God to me. Now, what do I make of all these things? That is my gift to God. He has given me all these things, but throughout my life, I have not used at all. Or if at all use, I have used just to fill my own belly. If I have used it selfishly for my own ulterior motive, then what's the use of the gift which is given to me by the God? If at all you have to thank the God, you have to make best out of it and offer it back to the God. And if we decide good, better, best, do not rest till good becomes better and better becomes best. So to become best, we have to inculcate some habits. Let us look at the different habits which can shape our personality, which can mold our life, which can make us better and best. Let us look at some of these habits. They are actually small habits which are to be cultivated. And to cultivate any habit, to imbibe the habit, it takes 21 days, a circle of 21 days. For example, you have to develop the habit of going for a morning walk. If you can do this without fail for 21 days, on 22nd day, you will automatically go out and do walking. If you read for 21 days every day, on 22nd day, you will become uncomfortable without reading. So any bit, that's the reason why, and then it gets inculcated, and such habits are internalized. The habits are internalized. We have to internalize the habits. What's the spelling of the word habit? Look at the word habit and you will find bit. So habits are to be cultivated. They are not to be cultivated. They cannot be cultivated in one day or 2 days or 1 week. It takes time, gradually, consistently, doing the same thing again and again. So about habits it is said, bit by bit forms a habit. If you want to cultivate habit, bit by bit, slowly, every day, do it regularly. And then it becomes habit. So what are these habits which we have to cultivate? A Hindi poet speaks about these habits. He says, व्यक्तित्व का आईना है आपकी आदतें श्रीमान. व्यक्तित्व का आईना है, आईना means mirror of your personality. What is the mirror of a personality? आपकी आदतें श्रीमान, आदतों को व्यवस्थित रखें वरना मिटे पहचान. आदतों को व्यवस्थित रखें, वरना मिटे पहचान. So if you want to create your own identity, own entity, own personality, you have to develop habits bit by bit every day. That is expected. Now, what are the different habits? Number one, first thing we have to take care. For development, I must have a strong, indomitable, insurmountable desire, ichha. Yes, I want to become something in life. I want to do something in my life. I'll be different from others. I will create my own personality. I will mold and shape my own personality. So that is the determination that is required. Strong determination. Strong, what we call ichha, desire. Indomitable, insurmountable. And this indomitable, insurmountable desire can take a person to any height. I am sure you must have heard the name of Arunima Sinha. Arunima Sinha. This girl, she was thrown out by the hooligans. She was thrown out of the train at night time, and she fell on the track. She fell in such a way that one leg was on the other track. Very next moment, when she was thrown out, very next moment, there was a train which was running from that other track, and that Arunima Sinha, in the midnight, the train crushed her leg, totally crushed. And she was lying there in the pool of the blood, in the darkness, the whole night. Nobody could see her because she was lying in a deserted place. Read the story. Read the story of Arunima Sinha. Try to find out the story of Arunima Sinha. Fortunately, next day when she was taken to the hospital. But then she has mentioned her ordeal. What ordeal she faced throughout the night. She says when she was lying there, nobody could hear. She was shouting because she was lying on a deserted track. And she says she could see very clearly. The rats were coming and they were tucking away, they were eating away her flesh the whole night. The leg which was cut off. Imagine, just imagine. And she was helpless, she could not do anything else. The rats were taking away her flesh. She could not do anything, she was helpless. And next day she was taken to the hospital. The leg was amputated. Artificial limb was implanted. And after such implantation of artificial limbs, this Arunima Sinha, she has a dream in the eyes. What's the dream? To scale the height of Mount Everest. And she did not only dream, she articulated her dream into reality. Read the story. There are so many inspirational, motivational stories of the people. Very common man. They are not extraordinary people. Very common man, layman. Today morning I saw one video on Facebook. One girl from Mumbai, staying in Malad. Her father is a rickshaw driver. And she has cracked CA examination. The daughter of a rickshaw driver from Malad in Mumbai today has cracked CA examination and she has stood first. What is it that makes the person? Friends, there are two words in Marathi, manasthiti and paristiti. Manasthiti is state of mind. Paristiti means circumstances, situation. And there is always a tug of war between this manasthiti and paristiti. State of mind pulls this side. Condition, physical condition, economic condition, financial condition, geographical conditions. They pull this side. That's tug of war. And in this tug of war, if this state of mind, manasthiti, has an upper hand, the person becomes victorious, triumphant, successful. Many examples could be given, many examples could be cited. We don't have time for that. And there are examples around us. Why God has given our eyes to see with success stories, stories of the people who are working, doing the work selflessly. That is the reason why the eyes and ears have been given to us. So, strong desire, indomitable desire. Then, if there is no fire in the belly, you cannot do anything. There should be fire in the belly. Next one is open mind. Open mind. Human mind has been described as it is like a parachute. You know what parachute? It's not a hair oil, parachute hair oil. I'm talking about that umbrella. So parachute is an umbrella which is used during emergency to land down safely from the aeroplane. Suppose there is some crisis in the aeroplane and you are given that umbrella and you are asked to jump down now. You have taken that umbrella in hand and you plunge, but your umbrella or that parachute fails to open. What will happen? What will happen? If you fail to open the parachute, what will happen? The body will come down and soul will go up. Isn't it? Why? Because the parachute did not open. Similarly, human mind is also like a parachute. It works only when it is open. If it is not open, if it is closed, band kar diya. If it is closed, it doesn't work. Human mind is like acre of land. Acre of land. It is a huge power. But if it is closed, if you refuse to use it, nobody can help. So for the self-development, your mind should be open. Let me give an example of open. If I go somewhere, I see something, I meet some person, some personality, I come across some book. Whenever I come across a book or a happening or incident or individual or place or anything for that matter, if my mind is open, I will look at it eagerly, anxiously. And then if I look at it eagerly, anxiously with open mind, I'll learn something from it. If my mind is closed, I may visit school, I may visit institution, I may visit factory, I may visit bus stand, I may visit any place. If my mind is closed, I cannot learn anything from person, I cannot learn anything from incident, I cannot learn anything from the books. So the precondition is open mind. Open mind. Human mind is like a parachute, it works only when it is open. Next thing is goal setting. We have to set a goal. For example, today suppose I am in the college. Okay, let bygones be bygones. Right from my school days till I came to the college, I have not done anything. I have been just pushing, pulling. But henceforth, if I want to just change the course of my life, I have to set a goal. What do I have to do? How much time and what I am going to do in this 1 year? What I am going to do in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years? Just instead of wandering and roaming here and there, it is like a life. This life can be compared with the boat which has no rudder. A rudderless boat. The person who does not have goal in front of him, he is not better than a boat without rudder. What will happen to the boat without rudder? It will wander away. It will never reach to the destiny. So similarly, we must also have a goal in my life. This is what I am going to do in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. This is what I am going to achieve. Okay, doesn't matter. If you cannot achieve your goal 100%, doesn't matter. That is not a crime. That is not a crime. Low aim is a crime. Not achieving The goal is not a crime. You are not what we can say, culprit. If you have fail in achieving, doesn't matter. But if you have never planned, if you have never kept a goal, that is a crime. That is unpardonable crime. If you have not set your goals at all, that is a crime. Then next is we have to be well organized. Many people are not organized. They just work away, do the things, move from here and there. No purpose, no plan, no organization. When I say you have to be organized, I have to organize myself, organize my things, organize my time, organize my task, organize my so many other things. Well organized person. And it is a habit. Once you develop the organization, discipline first takes place here. There should be discipline in mind, organization in mind, and then when you do the things, there is obvious manifestation of the discipline and organization in your mind. It is manifested outside. Be well organized. Manage your resources. We have many resources. How do we manage our resources? Time is a very important resource, but it's not only the time. Money is also the resource. Time is a resource, money is a resource, my energy, that is the resource. Whatever things that I have in my house, maybe writing material, study material, these are all my resources. So these resources have to be used fully. Many times there is underuse of resources. Some resources are overused, some resources are underused. And some resources are never tapped at all. They are never utilized at all. This shouldn't happen. All the resources should be used in just manner, justifiable manner. There should not be waste of our resources. So for that, one more important thing we have to do is we have to learn to manage ourselves. I have to learn to manage myself. If I don't manage myself, please remember, if I don't manage myself, other people will manage me. Are you going to allow yourself to be managed by somebody else? This is a very important question. Are you going to allow yourself to be managed by other people, or you will manage yourself? These are very important questions we have. So we will see the rest of the points in the next video, next session.